Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos celebrates growing family. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos went to Instagram to share about celebrating her growing family. Her family is using Thanksgiving as a time to come together and be thankful for new beginnings. What exactly did Joan have to say? Keep reading to find out more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos celebrates family. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos went to Instagram to celebrate her growing family. She shared a video and shared that her new fiancé, Chop Chapel, and his kids are in Maryland. They are merging both families for Thanksgiving and letting everyone get to know each other. In her video, she said worlds are colliding and it feels a little weird. Chalk and his children arrived on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Joan said it's amazing to have them there. They are all adjusting their normal traditions to share the big Thanksgiving weekend with Joan and her family. Joan went on to say that she feels so lucky and she's so thankful that her family is growing. She also noted that it's all happening just because they decided to take a leap of faith and actually found love. She said she has a whole new element to her family. Joan promised to share more on Thanksgiving of their families merging. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos also shared in her Instagram video that she feels like she might have gotten a sign from John in heaven that she has too many clothes. She said the shelf in her closet just collapsed for no reason at all. She continued saying her clothes are all over the floor. The pole in the shelf came completely out of the wall. Luckily, her new fiancé is also very handy. Joan shared they were at the store getting supplies for him to fix her closet. She was very excited to have him there and knew that he could fix things too. Joan noted she hadn't had someone like that around since her dad was alive. So far things are going great between their two families. They will all be planning a trip to Walt Disney World soon as well. The show gifted it to them at the finale. What do you think about Joan Vassos and Chalk Chapel celebrating Thanksgiving with all of their family together? It's been months since Joan Vassos stepped into the national spotlight as the first ever Golden Bachelorette. But the 61-year-old Maryland native isn't slowing down. In fact, she's thriving. From navigating love on reality TV to embracing new adventures in her personal life, Joan is celebrating the kind of growth that only comes when you take big, bold chances on yourself. Life doesn't end when you hit 60, Joan recently shared with a sparkle in her eyes. In some ways, it's just beginning. I'm learning, changing, and loving more deeply than I ever thought possible. Her journey began last year when she appeared on The Golden Bachelor, charming viewers with her kindness, grace, and relatable vulnerability. Although she left the show early to be with her daughter during a difficult time, Joan made such an impression that fans immediately began calling for her to lead her own season. The Golden Bachelorette announcement felt less like a surprise and more like destiny. Stepping into the spotlight, filming her season was both thrilling and daunting. Joan admitted that she carried a bit of apprehension. After all, dating on national television is no small leap, especially later in life. But she approached the experience with an open heart. I told myself, Joan, this is about growth. Even if you don't find the one, you'll find something valuable. And I did, she explained. I found more confidence in myself, more understanding of what I truly want, and a stronger belief that love can happen at any age. Behind the cameras, Joan learned to balance the glitz and glamour of production with genuine connections. While the rose ceremonies were nerve-wracking, the quieter moments, walks in the garden, deep conversations under the stars, are what she cherishes most. From nervous beginnings to powerful confidence. When Joan first stepped onto that mansion driveway, she was nervous. She hadn't dated in years, and the thought of competing for attention in front of millions of viewers felt intimidating. But somewhere between the first cocktail party and the final rose, she realized she wasn't there to compete. She was there to connect. I stopped worrying about how I compared to anyone else, Joan said. I focused on showing up as myself. That shift changed everything. Friends and family have noticed the transformation. Her daughter describes her mom as lighter, happier, and more confident than ever, while her closest friends joke that she's now the life coach celebrating growth beyond romance. For Joan, growth isn't just about finding love. It's about living fully. Since the show wrapped, she's been traveling more, trying new hobbies, and even learning Italian for an upcoming trip to Florence. She's taken up pickleball. It's surprisingly addictive, she laughs, and has joined a local women's hiking group that explores scenic trails every weekend. Putting myself out there on TV opened a floodgate, Joan reflected. It made me realize how much I had put my life on hold. Now I'm saying yes more often. Yes to new friends. Yes to travel. Yes to adventure. One of her proudest achievements since the Golden Bachelorette, launching a charity initiative in her late husband's memory, which raises funds for cancer research. It's a cause that's deeply personal and keeps her grounded even amid newfound fame, inspiring a generation of women. Joan's story resonates far beyond Bachelor Nation. She's become an unexpected role model for women navigating midlife transitions, whether widowed, divorced, or simply ready to start fresh. Her message is simple but powerful. It's never too late to rewrite your story. I get messages from women in their 50s, 60s, even 70s, telling me they feel braver after watching my journey, Joan said. That means more to me than anything. If my stepping out of my comfort zone helps even one person do the same, it's worth it. Her growing influence hasn't gone unnoticed. Joan's been invited to speak at women's empowerment conferences, and she's working on a memoir that blends personal stories with lessons on resilience, self-discovery, and love. A new perspective on love. While she's tight-lipped about the final outcome of her Golden Bachelorette season, Joan hints that she's walking away with more than she hoped for. The season taught me that love in your 60s is different. It's less about fireworks and more about warmth, understanding, and shared values, she said. She's also embraced the idea that love isn't the only measure of a happy ending. Even if you don't find your forever person, you can still find your forever joy, she smiled. And that's a win in my book. Life After Reality TV. These days, Joan splits her time between her home in Maryland and occasional trips to California for media appearances. She enjoys meeting fans, many of whom tell her she feels like a best friend they haven't met yet. She's also been careful to protect her personal life, knowing that public attention can be both a gift and a challenge. One thing she refuses to do: dim her light. I'm not going to shrink back because someone thinks I'm too old to try new things, Joan said firmly. This is my time, and I plan to live it fully. Looking ahead, Joan has a list of goals for the next year. And yes, romance is still on it. But so is publishing her memoir, hiking the Camino de Santiago in Spain, and launching a podcast where she can connect with other women navigating new chapters in life. I think the biggest growth happens when you combine love, purpose, and curiosity, Joan said. I want to keep that mix alive in my life. Her fans will no doubt be following every step of her journey, whether that's a sunset walk with a new partner, a globe-trotting adventure, or simply a quiet moment at home with her family. The heart of her celebration. At the core of Joan Vassos' celebration is the understanding that growth isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's scary, and sometimes it's just a series of small steps forward. But each step matters. I've learned that you can bloom in every season of life, Joan reflected. The key is to keep showing up for yourself, even when you're unsure. That's where the magic happens. In true Golden Bachelorette fashion, Joan raises her glass to the future, to love, to laughter, and to the endless possibilities that come when you embrace growth with an open heart. Life is too short to stay the same, she grinned. So let's keep growing together.